Hello, and welcome to Grug Gaming. And welcome back to our Let's Play, Let's Design of RPG Maker MV. In our last episode, as I hide my OBS window, like a professional. In our last episode, we finished up the town of Deacon. We had finished creating the cutscene that was going to send our characters off to the south to Slaver's Bay. And one thing you're going to notice right away is that our map looks a little bit different. No, I didn't delete the entire map again, thank goodness. I did some thinking, and I thought back to some classic role-playing games, and what did they do for their overworld? Well, one thing they did is they let the player know when they were going to encounter a new challenge by adding in some kind of divider. So what I did is, in a very Dragon Warrior 1 type way, I went ahead, added some little rivers that pass through the lake, right here. Okay, we get to keep the Midland Lake. Hopefully that makes sense to the player. Actually, if we make this a little bit smaller, it will make this less confusing for the player. That's the one I want? Yeah. Let's make this like this. And now it just looks like a river. Okay, well, this doesn't look natural. Alright, that looks a little better. So, the player will see this, hopefully, and they will say, hey, I'm crossing a bridge. Maybe something will be different, and we'll set more difficult enemies here. And then they're going to cross the bridge again, and we'll set more difficult enemies here as well. Another thing I asked myself is, hey, our players, when they get across this bridge, they're going to be pretty far from town. And wouldn't it be really not fun as a player to make it all the way from here, all the way around, get down to here, do some fights, get to here, get close to your objective, and then have to march all the way back to town because you didn't have enough healing, or you were out of magic points or something like that. So instead, I put this little guy right here. And what I'm thinking is, we'll make a little oasis area. In fact, why don't we desert this area up around this guy? That's a desert. Why don't we put a little, oh, that's like a weird cobblestone-y desert. That's worse. Give me some desert. There's some desert. What's this one look like? Yeah, how about we put a little desert here? Every map needs a desert. There we go. That feels better. Coming right off the beach. It doesn't make sense, but it happens. So now that we've put that there, let me put that little boop. I don't want it to be touching any green. Well, that'll work. Why don't we add a little bit more desert right there. And then a little thing like this to make it look a little more naturalistic as best we can. So here's a little oasis in this desert. And we'll set up a little place here, an inn type event, to let people rest there and get their power back before they dive into this cave. So we're setting up this overworld. If we go back to our regions, again, we divided out this top section quite a bit, and we gave ourselves a lot of enemy variety, more so than I think we really need walking over to town. I want to do this in a more simplistic way, so I'm just going to grab area, what are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, let's grab area 5, region 5 I mean, and let's just paint this whole section. We can do this to kind of speed it up a bit, like that. And then we'll grab our individual spot and try to draw straight lines. We know how good I am at that, don't we, so far? Draw some straight lines here. Then like this. There we go. Alright, yeah. I'm feeling these lines. Maybe we'll draw area 5 over this. I don't know why these trees are here. They look like they're growing, again, like a mangrove growing out of the thing. But you can't walk on this square because it's water. So we don't have to worry about that. So all of this will be region 5 for enemy placement. Let's take a look at our troops, shall we? So overworld map. We have all the way up through region 4. So let's see what's available for our troops for region 5. Okay? Well, if we go into our enemies, we can see that we got all the way up through the spider. So the spider gives you 13 experience, and then there's a huge jump. I don't really care about rats and wisps. Why don't we do another big jump here Yeah, what if we did large snakes, scorpions? Oh, those jump a lot. Ooh, ghosts, skeletons, orcs. Okay, maybe we won't jump that much. Why don't we go rat, wisp, large snake. Again, we're not playing with these that much. We might play with one of them later, but we're not making a lot of changes to the layout of the map or the enemy system yet. So we just want to get a very basic layout going. So, rat, wisp, large snake. That sounds good to me. So let's go ahead. Troops, what do we have around that? We have a wisp times 3, we have a rat times 3, we have a large snake times 2. I like all of those. So let's go ahead and add in. If you remember underneath our map settings, we'll add to a line here. We're going to do rats. These are going to be in region 5 only. We're going to add in wisps. These are going to be in region 5. And we are going to add in our large snake in region 5. Alright, let's make it so that you are more likely to encounter rats. So we'll put their weight to 6. Actually, why don't we make it so you are more likely for rats, a little less likely for wisps, and you are even less likely for large snakes. So if we're going to set this as our enemies for this area, let's see how tough that is for a level 1, the basic character to fight. Even with, yeah, let's just put the character here. Let's go ahead and load up. Let's find out exactly how difficult this is to battle. So let's get in a little fight here. So 2 large snakes. We need to fix them on the battlefield grid. We'll do that in a minute. Okay, so this is a combat. At level 1, this is a challenge for the player. So the player will need to go level up. Okay. Grug was defeated. Game over screen, all that. So that's a bit of a challenge for the player. Now, what if we were to set the player, let's go into our database, and just to test Grug. We're going to go to Grug, and I'm going to start him at level 5. Level 4. Alright, let's see what a level 4 Grug does in that battle. We should be level 4. Yep, there we go. 905 hit points. Stats are higher. Well, these are rats. Okay. So a level 4 Grug on his own can get paralyzed or dizzied. Remember, we'll have a second character with us. I'm just testing here. So we're down almost 200 hit points. Sorry to go so quiet on you while I do this. Alright. So a level 4 character can fight here safely and lose about 10%. Again, by this point you'll have 2 characters with you. So you'll be ready to go. I think this is a good power level. And plus, if you get too injured, you can walk back across to the weaker enemies, make it back to your house to sleep, because the player has this spot here to sleep, and hopefully the player will have thought to purchase some potions or other healing items to come with them. So I feel like that's an okay power level there. So that leaves us with this whole area. So what we need to do is we need to do the same thing out here. We need to set up our region, which is going to be region 6. And we're going to paint this as well. Region 6 out here. Like this. There we go. We don't need to paint on the mountains. Do we want the desert to have the same enemy type? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I don't know. Again, we can always play around with this. But let's make this all Area 6 as far as enemies go. So, Area 6, what are we going to put in Area 6? Well, we just looked and we went up through our large snake. Let's take a look at our enemies again in our database here. So in our database, underneath enemies, the next one's up. Our scorpion, that's a good desert enemy. This jellyfish, and man-eating plants. And if you look at these, wow, about 100 experience points. You know what? I like the idea of man-eating plant, jellyfish, scorpion. Because I have an idea. We're gonna do something cool. So scorpion, jellyfish, man-eating plant. This seems not too difficult. I think we can always play test this later. We can mess around with these, but let's stick to the 3 enemy rule that we've been following so far. So we're going to put these guys in here. Scorpion, jellyfish, man-eating plant, troops. I'm sorry. Map. We're going to add in scorpion. And again, region 6. Jellyfish. Region 6. And man-eating plant. And you know what? Just to give the desert its own, like, hey, you might encounter a scorpion out here. We'll keep them kind of low. We'll make the desert all scorpions. So if you're on the desert, you will fight a scorpion. Just to add that tiny bit of flavor. So from here, let's go ahead and add or change our scorpion to also region 7. Now we need to adjust our weight. We want the scorpions to be not as common. Semi-common. We'll change our weight for jellyfish to be a little more common. I don't know why you're fighting them out here, but why not? How about a 6? And man-eating plants, we'll leave it a 5. So you're more likely to encounter a jellyfish than a scorpion. We can always change this around. But the man-eating plants are a little less common. Okay? And let's play test this area here real quick. And then, of course, in Area 7, you can only encounter the scorpion. So let's grab our player. And actually, Tools, Database. Let's add, because we're not going back to town for a while, we can go ahead and add Jax to this as well. Whoop. We can add Jax as well to point 2. We can always remove her later. But this way we'll have both characters. Let's set both characters for playtesting purposes. Let's set Grug. Let's say you could gain 2 levels. So we'll set Grug to level 6, and we'll set Jax to level 6. Let's put the player here. No, that's not. I don't want a new event. I want to set player starting position. And let's test this out. Let's see if this is reasonable or not. Shall we? So let's walk around. Let's see about getting into combat here. Alright, so we got some scorpions. We still didn't give Jax any equipment. That's okay. Just regular fight attacks. 75 damage. Let's have Grug use his... He's got a couple special attacks. Let's use his sweep attack. Jax has got her healing magic by now. She can get rid of status ailments or heal health. let's have her just attack for now. So this is kind of tough at this level. And so this is a tough battle at level 6. So, with that in mind, we might need to do one of two things. Either one, the player might either need to be a higher level than level 6. Option 2, the player might need to have better equipment than what we have here. I think better equipment might solve it. Or number 3, we could add another character to the party. I don't want to do that yet. I have an idea for adding... In total, I think we want to go to 4 characters by the end. And I have an idea of when I wanted to add them. And I don't want to add them yet. So, I think equipment and levels are what's going to matter. So, with that in mind... Oh, let's get rid of this. This is just bothering me. Go away. All these... This just bothers me. There we are. Alright. So with that in mind, let's create our little oasis here. And this shouldn't be too difficult to do. Let's go ahead and... Right here in the oasis, we're going to need to start a new map. Let's minimize all of our locations and start a new location. And this is going to be another outside map. We're going to call this one the Oasis map. And this is going to be a very big map. It's going to be, we'll say 20 by 15. Let's say okay. I feel that's big enough. So this map, we're in a desert, so we need a desert ground. So let's just get that done right away. Whoop. There we go. So we need a desert background. But we also need our oasis water. I kind of like this water right here. It's kind of more shallowy. So let's put an oasis in here, and then let's, like we've said, let's go ahead. Do we like that, or do we like that bluish? Yeah. Maybe I like this blue better for the water. It's hard to say. I think I like this better. Just because the color of the sand we've chosen. We could change that up if we wanted to, but let's stick with what we've got. So with that in mind, let's also go ahead and, create our oasis. Make it mostly squarish. Maybe a little bit that comes off here. Let's maybe cut this in a little bit. Like that. No oasis is perfect. There we go. That looks like an oasis to me. Now we're in the desert, so we need some trees. So let's get a big palm tree. Oh, that's too much palm tree. Let's put a palm tree right here. It's doing that thing. Why? I don't know why it won't let me do 2 sections of a cell at once, of an image at once. I still don't get it. But that's okay. We'll put another one up here. And we'll put one right here. A couple trees around. Why don't we get one more in here? Why don't we get one down below in this little nook right here? That feels about right. Just enough trees. Don't need too many. We want just a couple. And why don't we put a lily pad here in the middle of the oasis? And why don't we put one more over here? Oh, that feels good. So let's have some tents. Let's have some desert tents around here. Can I build a whole tent? No, of course not. Just the corner. That is the most frustrating. Let's put a tent up here in the corner. And actually, I just forgot, folks. Again, we don't want to cause ourselves the same problem we've had before. Where's my null tile? There it is. There we go. That'll work. This doesn't have to be perfect. It never has to be perfect. If it did, we would never get anything done if we were worried about things being perfect. Alright, so let's start by putting... let's start by getting rid of what we screwed up here. There we go. Alright, let's start with this. If anyone knows has a quick idea on why this would cause a problem, oh, never mind. The way these videos are recorded, I would never see it in a reasonable amount of time. Ignore everything Grug just said, folks. So let's put this tent in here, piece by piece, for whatever reason. And let's put another tent, up here, near the top. Again, I broke the rule of don't go within the very top space. That was silly of me. Where's my null tile? There we go. That's the size of our Oasis. So that means our tent has to be slightly adjusted, which isn't terrible. Get rid of that. So let's grab the other parts of the little tent here and put our tent starting right here. The other side is it will block off part of this where the player can't walk, so we don't have to worry too much about that area. Not that stuff like that has been a problem yet, but you never know. This tent right next to the water, this guy doesn't have to go as far in the morning to get his water. So we're going to have 2 tents. Let's do 3 tents total. I think 3 tents is a good number for this Oasis camp. 1 tent right here. There we go. Now, we need to flesh out a little bit here. So if you had a desert oasis and you had a couple tents, one of these tents, we're not going to make interiors to these tents is the plan. So we're going to cut that and make it just easy for the player. So, and for us to design it. So let's put, the item shop guy is going to be here. We're going to put... And let's, we know the symbol for our item shops is this right here. So we'll put an item shop over it. We're going to have an inn up here for the player. And we're going to put a weapon and armor store. So we'll do one that's got both of those symbols. Let's go ahead and add some more desert. Let's get this little cactus. How about some cactuses? Why not? How about some cacti? How about some bushes? I don't know what kind of bush these are, but... Oh, don't overdo it, Grug. But there we go. Let's add a path for the player to walk on. Maybe there's a little bit of greenery growing right where the... Yeah. Oh, we got the wrong thing selected. There's a little bit of greenery growing where people can walk. It's, that's the natural way it happens in Oasi. Oasi? Is that the word? I'm not sure. But I'm going to say it is. And what Grug says goes. So there we go. There's a little path for the player. That doesn't feel real natural at all. What about this stone path? Does this feel... that feels a little bit better. I don't know that I really like this, but... and then maybe if it went like this in front of each one, like they have a foundation around them. Yes, we'll have to redo the tents, but that's okay. Or would you just be underneath them like that, and then maybe you can just barely see it? Let's see which one of those we like better. Whoops. We're going to need to clear that whole tile because otherwise it will cause a problem. There we are. So what does this look like with this foundation piece underneath it? Because if you look at it, this is a pretty permanent encampment. It's not like these people are moving their tents very often. Now, what does this one look like? Yeah, you know what? We're just going to do that. So Again, if I could do this all as one big click instead of having to do these little sections, it would be the greatest thing in the world. Trust me. Very much so. So that means this area back here. Oh, let's just leave it the way it is. And let's put a pop back here, and let's put a little water thing, and the player should be able to walk there. Okay, that'll work. And then we need to restore our one tent over here. Maybe if I copy it. Oh, that worked. Okay. So, Control-C let me copy the whole thing and do it as once. Well, wish I had figured that out a while ago. No biggie. Let's get rid of these two. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, this looks just about terrible. Let's put the desert back behind you. Yeah. And then let's go get our top back on. There we go. Alright, so there's our 3 tents. Got a couple minutes left. We can finish this up. So, again, like we said, we are going to put weapons and armor. We are going to put items. We are going to put an inn. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to our events. And for our inn, we're going to actually make a new quick event. New. Why did I do that twice? New quick event for an inn. And we're going to use that same old man. And we're going to make the inn cost at 100 gold? No. The other one was 30 gold. So let's make this one, well, we're 3 times, let's make this one 90 gold. Okay. And we're going to edit him. And instead of this, we're going to add a text. Let's edit this text and have him say, I should have stayed in Deacon with my brothers. We'll make it so that every innkeeper is related to this family. And of course, this is people 1. This old man here, that looks good. Okay. Edit. This is text, so top of the screen. Apply. Okay. Let me set the player here just to make sure that works properly. We're going to get told we don't have enough gold. Alright, so 2 things we need to do. Edit. We need to change this because with him on there, it now doesn't fit properly. That'll work. Do we like that all in one window? Yeah, let's not make this difficult. Preview it. That looks fine to me. Then we need to change this. Oh, okay. It already set that when we said 90 gold. Okay, cool. So we have our inn where you can spend 90 gold. We need to make a new shop here. So this is going to be item shop on this map. And we are going to set our image for our item shopkeeper. I don't remember what we had in the last place, but why don't we use person? This guy's an admiral. We'll have to use him for something else. Let's see. Who do I like for this? One of the train NPCs, like the butler we used? No, these are all of our damage ones. Oh, look at Jax. Let's see. No. We haven't used this girl yet. Let's use this girl. And same as last time, we are going to add a shop processing. And we're going to add, again, the basic items. So the high potion for the standard cost. Let's add in, the regular potion. Let's not add the high potion yet. Let's save that. Let's add the magic water. That lets you get back your mana. Let's add the stimulant. That's the bring somebody back to life. And we better add some antidotes and dispel herb. Alright, so we have our basic shop. And we need to add in a new little bit of text. Hi! Welcome to my shop. I don't know what else she should say. And she's this girl right here. That was up. Hi, welcome to my shop. Welcome to my shop. Do we want to make her say anything different? Nah, that's fine. And then we need a 1 for your done. Thanks. It was great having you shop in my shop. No, just a thanks will go. She's more of a thank you girl. Look at her there. She's more of a thank you. And we need a little bit of the old people 1. There we go. Top. Top. Apply. Good to go. Last up, over here, we have our item and weapon shop. New item, weapon armor. Oh yeah, we can get this done in one video. Be just slightly long, but not too long, I don't think. Why don't we use... Who do we want to use here? Ooh, we can use one of these people. Let's use this lady with this fancy hat. That sounds good. Actor 1. There we go. And add some shop processing to this. She is going to have... Hand axe battle axe the Bardiche is what she is going to sell for that weapon. She is also going to sell the next level up in bows. Short bow, long bow. We'll have her sell the crossbow. How's that sound? And we will have her sell... Let's sell some real armor here. Leather mail, bronze plate. Let's sell some iron plate out here in the desert. Let's also sell... where's our... We have the round shield, spike shield, mithril buckler. Oh, there are so many of these shields. Let's have her sell the... How about the mithril buckler? Yeah, that sounds good. Oh no, that's too expensive. Let's change that from mithril buckler to... Oh, mithril knight shield. Knight shield sounds about appropriate. And then we need some armor for our lady. How about she can buy the runed robe? That sounds good. I'm just pulling these out of the air. I have no idea. So weapon for both characters, armor for both characters, and the shield for our main one. There we are. New. Little bit of text. Sand can ruin your armor. Buy some new ones, why don't you? And then we're going to add in her face. She is one of these. Is that her? No. There she is. This does not match anything in our... Alright. Alright. No, lady. We can't use you. You don't look right. Sorry. Instead, your job has been given to this lady. Sand can ruin your armor. Buy some new equipment. Why don't you? Alright. Add in her face. Which is people 4. There we go. get this to not be all junked up. There we go. And top screen. Apply. And why don't we add some new text down here? Don't forget to come back and buy more. And same face. That's a weird face. Let's see. You're gonna be... Where'd you go? Where'd you go, lady? There she is. Cool. Top screen. Apply. Top, top, top. Okay. Let's throw in our... Oh, right up here. Why don't we put a new event? Show some text. Water from the Oasis. Clear and cool. Bottom of the window. Apply. Action button. Same as characters. And then this one right here. Show some text. An empty pot. An empty pot. Maybe I should talk to the shop owner if I want items. There we go. And this is Grug talking to himself. Maybe telling the player, hey, get a life. Why don't you do that instead of looking for free items in every part of the game? Huh? Alright. Top screen. Apply. Okay. So we got something to interact with. Let's go in here. Let's add our starting position for Grug. Let's play test. Oh, episode's going a little bit long. I do apologize, folks. Here we go. Welcome to my shop. We can buy stuff in her shop. That's all good. She says thank you. Let's test these. Water from the Oasis, clear and cool. I forgot to set that to the same level as the player. Same as characters. There we are. We already knew she worked. I don't know why should I talk to her again. There we go. That works out. Players should have plenty of gold if they fought all the way here and have leveled up. Here we have this person selling items. Sank in your armor. Buy some new equipment, why don't you? Awesome. Don't forget to come back and buy more. Cheeky, cheeky person. And then I should have stayed at Deacon with my brothers. 90 gold for one night. Would you like to stay? We don't have enough money, but if we did, we would be staying. So we know what that means, folks. We need to go ahead and give ourselves a way in and out of the Oasis. Why don't we make it extremely clear by giving a little section here and a section here. And then as we've done before, we are going to set quick event transfer. No, not treasure. Thank you. Quick event transfer from here to the overworld. That looks good. And face down. Cool. Same thing here. Oh. Copy this. Put it here. And then we will go back to the overworld. Here we will do a new quick event. Transfer from here to the Oasis. And you will wind up here. Alright. Yes, that looks good. Facing up. Cool. Let's save. Let's test this very last set of transfers to make sure we're good. We can leave. We can enter. Let's not get in a fight. And we can leave here. Alright. That feels good. I do feel like aesthetically this should maybe just be like this. Like maybe that should just be here. We should delete this event. Just have the one square. That works fine for me. One square in, one square out, like they always say. Folks, that's going to do it. Why don't we make this even more obvious? Boop, boop. There we go. Does that work on a playtesting level? Yeah, that looks really dumb. That looks double dumb. Double dumb, Grug. We don't like double dumbs. Alright, we'll leave it that way. Alright, folks, that's where we're going to wrap it up for this episode. I'm glad you stayed with me through it. We got our section set up for our regions, for our different enemy types. Our characters have moved all the way around the map. Oh, apparently you can't get in a fight here. Well, now you can. Look at that. Our characters have made it all the way around the map to the Oasis. So you start here, go here, bump around, fight a bunch, get to the Oasis. Folks, that means that when we come back, it is time for us to begin designing Slaver's Cave, the first dungeon. So folks, we'll be looking at that the next time here on Gaming with Grug. I want to say thanks for watching. Please tell your friends. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, we hope to see you soon.